Rise with me, get fly with me, stay lit with me, take a trip with me, flow with me, grow with me, dream with me, vibe with this frequency. Hey y'all, this is Rayborn the Witch coming at you live from Femspiration 215, and I'm here today to give you a message for the new moon in Capricorn that is going to be happening. It's coming in the sky. It's going to peak at 12:02, I believe, a.m. tomorrow, and extend throughout the next 3-day period after that. So it is coming on tomorrow, but the energy is present right now, and the energy that you need to kind of help you and usher in these changes that you want to make, and usher in the ways that you want to balance out your work-life balance, and really thinking about the practical ways that you want to continue on to build a better routine for yourself is really what this new moon is about. And it's in Capricorn, which means it's in an earth sign, and it's in a cardinal earth sign. So really about how you take the lead in your own life coming into focus. And it's going to impact signs differently. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with my fire signs. My fire signs have tuned in the most, my Leos and my Aries and my Sagittarius. So I'm going to give you guys the first reading. And this can be for your moon, your rising, and your moon sign. Did I say moon? I meant sun. So your sun, your moon, and your rising sign. My rising and my moon sign are in Leo. So I am very fiery indeed. And I am a Cancer sun. So I'm very connected to the moon. I just got my moon book by a woman that on IG goes by Goddess. So you definitely need to follow her. She gives good tips on how to read your cards towards different moon cycles, and her page is beautiful, so check her out. I'm going to be using 2 different decks today to give us a message. I'm going to be using a Celtic cross from my new favorite deck that is by Bernard Charles, and it is the Colormageoracle deck, and it just is like beautiful. I don't know why I'm so connected to it. Maybe because it has the honeycombs on the other side, and I'm just love bees, love bee energy, love bee magic. So I'm going to be using this as my Celtic cross to get us some messages. And also we have the Moonbbmagicktarot deck that is created by Angela Mary Magic, and her stuff is going to be linked in the description box below, but her cards go through the moon phases, and you'll see them kind of, well, if I put it in the right direction, all the moon phases is like a flip book. It's beautiful. So I'm going to be giving you a message from the Magic Moonbbmagicktarot deck as well to get us started. So the first thing I'm going to do to get my fire sign started is I'm going to give a message from the Magic Moonbbmagicktarot deck. And this is just going to be a word, a message, idea that's really going to be ushering in the new moon and the changes that we want to make, and the manifestations that we want to see kind of bring forth in our lives. So let me get a message for my fire signs, for my Aries, my Sagittarius, and my Leo for the new moon that is coming up. What are some messages that we need to be aware of for my fire signs? So one last shuffle here. I love shuffling the cards, but let's get us started here with a message, and it came right out as judgment. Judgment is upon us, and we have the 20 here. So we just passed the full moon energy, and that's the full moon indicated right there. But we have this succulent rose. Is it a rose? I think it's a rose or a succulent that has like that rose color in it. But it says mutual aid. And it has this red chakra color in the back here that kind of is representative of like our solid foundations and our structures, and needing help and assistance, and needing that guidance, and calling forth that guidance from whatever place that you need to, whether it be friends, family, spirit themselves, people that you work with, people that you need to reach out to give you that mutual aid and that mutual support. And support comes in many different ways. It can come as a conversation, a healing conversation. It can come as money and resources that you need. It can come as something that is a little bit more intangible, like a message that'll help you move forward. So seeking out mutual aid is important, and being receptive to it is so important. Going into this new moon, this new moon in Capricorn is really calling out what you need to see your life come together, and actually acting, action, receiving, believing, all of it. I'm sorry, just like I'm trying to think of like it's ask, receive, and believe. That is the trifecta that we need to kind of come into focus with for this new moon. I love that card to get us started here, and there's so much support that you can receive in so many different ways through, you know, watching people and their messages, listening to music, reaching out when you need to people that you might not have been in contact with for a minute. So all these different ways that really help us. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a Celtic cross, and the first placement is going to be a present moment energy that we have right now. So a present moment energy for our fire signs right now, and I'm going to get a card for that to represent our present moment energy right now for fire signs, please. Oh, we got two that flew out. Okay, so we have mauve. Mauve it. Emotional flexibility. So right now we're trying to learn how to be emotionally flexible, and that is because we are in this egoic shadow work phase of things. So this is ego and it says shadow work. So we are trying to kind of emotionally navigate and be flexible through our shadow work. So those are the two energies that kind of came out in our present moment. We have 104 and 68. So if those 68 breaks down to a 13, I believe. Not really good at math, but I think it does. And that is 4. And then we also have 104, which is a 5, and we are in the year of 5 right now. We just passed the year 4, and I'm just trying to double check my math because I've been really off on my math lately, but I think it's not correct. But we're gonna go with it. So I'm learning how to be imperfect. So I'm just gonna say, like, I always am like, okay, so it's 12 and then, okay, 14. So that's a 5. So it's a 5 and a 5. So that's a 10. So that's full circle. So working on our shadow work and kind of coming full circle with it is needed at this moment in time. So I love that energy to kind of start us off with this reading. Sorry for my math. I've had to correct it all week. I am not really good at mental math. I'm not going to lie about it. Even if it's easy, I'm still not good at it. I'm more of a speaker and a writer, and I'm a better writer than I'm a talker, if you can believe it. Okay, so the next card we're going to get is our present influence and our blocked chakra. So our present influence and our blocked chakra for my fire signs, and we get a 4 right here, and we get that stability factor, and we get the actual chakra color, which is the root chakra, and it's ruby rose, loving your soul path. So on this venture, on this like embarking of your shadow work and really confronting your ego in certain ways and embracing certain aspects of your ego, there's a need to be emotionally flexible and be emotionally flexible with your heart space, but also with the way that you ground yourself, and loving your soul path regardless of what it looks like at this current time is much needed, and that's where that emotional flexibility comes in. So I love that as kind of like these energies that are moving in for us. Okay, so now we're going to get our next card, which is going to be the color to improve your mind. So the color to improve your mind for my fire signs. Color to improve your mind for my fire signs. Let's get it. And we get, ooh, I love it, 35 Sprout, learning new things. I've gotten this card a lot lately. And this is the heart chakra color of green. So that is kind of like a color that's going to improve your mood. So being around a lot of green things, getting something green, wearing green. I usually pull a card every day from this deck to tell me what to wear. Today I got burgundy, so I decided to wear some burgundy. And I got tan too, so I got like, and I was like, oh, I have the perfect outfit. A little Renaissance fair sleeve action for me. Thanks, Mom, for the Christmas present. Okay, so 35 is 8, so that's all about cycles and changes of growth. Maybe you are 35, maybe you are learning new things, but it's the ability to learn new things and be fresh in your perspective. Maybe in your perspective of how you're doing your shadow work, maybe you do it a certain way and you need to change up the way that you delve deep into your soul, and kind of put a little bit more emotional flexibility into that work as well, is definitely being indicated here. So the next card is color for your future. Color for your future here for my fire signs. Color for the future for my fire signs. Let's get it. Color for the future for my fire signs. Let's see what it is. Ooh, there we go. Oh, yes. Yes, let the moon show up. Yes, La Luna with a 102. So this is inner flow and cycle. Yes, the cycles and the inner flow and going with the flow and the emotional flexibility of letting things just roll, right? But this color really is the color of the future. So getting into that flow state of mind for my fire signs, instead of being like, it has to be this way, it has to be this way, it has to be this way. Capricorn is really it's a cardinal energy, but we have like Leo, which is a very fixed energy. Aries is the other cardinal sign, and we've got our Sagittarius, which is more mutable, which is able to go with the flow a little bit more. So maybe kind of tapping into that Sagittarius energy is going to help us, tapping in and welcoming Jupiter to help us expand and help us grow and help us learn new things in order to really manifest the life that we truly desire for ourselves and the emotional space that we truly need in order to bring those manifestations to life. Okay, so the next card we get is color to ground you deeper. So a color for my fire signs to ground them deeper. Let's not move that one right there. Let's keep that right there, please. Okay, so a color to ground my fire signs a bit deeper at this moment in time, please. Oh, I love it. We get this beautiful retrospective colors, and this is alchemy, and this is transformation. So you are going through a deep transformation, fire signs, and you need to recognize that right now you are twisting and turning in so many different ways to bring the best mix of beauty to the surface and to bring all of your ego and shadow work and kind of mix it up with the beautiful qualities within you and meld it together. And that takes a lot of inner transformative work in order to make that happen. But this alchemic process, this Sagittarius energy, the Sagittarius card in the major arcana is the Temperance card, which is like mixing and matching of ingredients to find that perfect balance to help you strive and move forward. So this alchemic process is occurring, whether we see it as depression, whether we see it as sleeping a lot, whether we see it as eating more, or any kind of thing that we've been doing that we want to get away from, that might be coming to the surface for us and causing us to kind of, confront it a little bit more. And it might be harder to confront it. But it's ultimately to get you to this state of transforming and redirecting your energy and moving into the flow of things. So I love that for my fire signs. And definitely I've gotten this card as well. And I'm going through an energetic upgrade, so I'm feeling a little bit sleepy sometimes. I just got this burst of energy, so I'm going to do these readings for you. But yes, alchemy is happening within you. Your souls are transforming. Your cells are transforming. Your emotional body is transforming. Your chakras are transforming. So this also speaks to the crown chakra as being the color that's going to ground you, is really hearing the messages that you're receiving and knowing that transformation is occurring within you, and that you do need to keep your mind and your space a little bit more clear to allow that process to happen. Don't oversaturate yourself if you don't need to right now. Okay. So the next card is Relearning Lesson. So what lessons are my fire signs needing to relearn? And we got the solar plexus energy. We got yellow sand, and I already know what that says because I've gotten this a lot, and it says, give it time. Yellow sand, right? Sand through the hourglass, the days of our lives. Right now, I think fire signs might be a little bored. I know I'm a little bored. I'm like, when's it gonna change? When's everything gonna transform? When's that message gonna come? When's that person gonna come back into my life all of a sudden and throw things off balance, and that drama and that excitement that I need in my life right now? But right now, just be easy. Everything's gonna be okay. Don't watch the clock so much. Let time flow by. It's hard. It's really hard to, if you have a healing practice that is helping you to pass the time, that's important. Creating art, super important right now, and just finding the time to just sit and just be is so important, because your time is going to come. Your time to be crowned. Your time to see what the work has led you to is going to happen, and your rewards are going to come in, but you have to be patient with the process. And that's really hard for fire sign energy a lot of the time. In that solar plexus energy, knowing in your gut that something is transforming and that something is changing, you know that something is happening for you. The number here is 21. So you got 21 on this side and 102 on this side. If that's not synchronicity, I don't know what is. That's 3. That's co-creating with spirit and allowing spirit to work behind the scenes to bring the things that you have asked for into fruition. You also need to kind of let and chill and let them do the work sometimes, instead of you always feeling like you have to have the control and hold the reins of things. I'm speaking to myself and I'm speaking to you too. Don't you worry. Okay, so the next card is color to show your hidden emotions. Ooh, and that flew out, and it is rain, and it is a 94, which is a 13. I'm like, okay, I think it is. So this is all about water energy. So our fire signs need a little bit of water energy in their lives, or maybe they need to cry a little bit. Maybe they need to release a little bit of emotions. And if it's hidden emotions that are trapped beneath the surface, a lot of times fire signs are really prideful. Even if they're not a Leo, they're really prideful in the way that they handle their emotions, and they don't want to burden others because they're usually the ones that shoulder all that responsibility, whatever fire sign you are. And sometimes it's important to just let it out and let it kind of go. And it doesn't have to be in front of other people. It can be on your own, but finding that time to just have that good release and that good cry is so important sometimes to the healing process. And it also helps you transform because it releases all that stuck energy that you have trapped inside you. That's like pushing it away or drowning it with alcohol or drugs or whatever kind of other thing that you're using to distract your energy or distract yourself from those emotions that are coming through. Sometimes it's really just important to just let it out. Scream into a pillow, whatever you need to do. Let the rain come down. Let the shower wash you out, wash you over, cleanse you, baptize you, whatever you need to do. Let it come and let it flow down, because that flow can only happen when you release and allow the emotions to flow through you instead of staying stuck and stagnant in you. That's why it shakes your foundation. It shakes your root chakra, which is all about feeling safe and feeling stable. If you constantly have to feel safe and feel stable, and regardless of the emotions that are coming up within you, sometimes you do need to find that space to carve out and just let it go. This is also throat chakra energy, I feel. So it's really about just like how to voice your needs, and how to voice your needs. You don't necessarily have to voice it to others. Sometimes you can write it down, write a letter to yourself, write a letter to a person that's making you feel a certain way. I know a lot of times for me, it's like when I have these energies of wanting to like fix a relationship with somebody and they haven't given me the closure that I need, I write them a letter, and then sometimes I burn it. A lot of the times I burn it because I love burning things, fire sign energy. But a lot of the times it really is about finding that place to feel safe in that emotional outburst or that emotional outpouring. I cry in the bathtub a lot. Like anything that kind of helps you release that energy and then let it go down the drain is really important at this moment in time. So the next card is color for relationships and people right now. So color for relationships and people right now. Ooh, and we've got 2 cards that came out together. We have Shapeshift 65, which is 11, and it says myth and magic. So people are weaving you tales of myth and magic, making you believe in the impossible. That 44, which is cotton candy, make a wish. So right now you are maybe kind of getting people in your life that are wish fulfillment for you, or are helping you see the myth and magic that exists beyond your own perception of things. Or maybe you're seeing people in a new magical light. Maybe you're seeing the myths that they have created around who they really are, and the wishes that they granted you or said they were going to grant you that didn't really come about and happen, and the ways that people shift and shapeshift in the world. Maybe you are shapeshifting in the world, and you're seeing now, because you've taken a step back and kind of taken off the mask a little bit and been a little bit more raw and a little bit more vulnerable. Now you're seeing how other people kind of are still fake and phony around you, and how you need to and how that has mirrored back to you in some ways. So now you're kind of taking stock in that. And so there's this level of discernment with this card. This is another crown chakra energy. And then we have this heart chakra energy, the pink, but this cotton candy, like this sickly sweet. So somebody love bombing you to get you back into their good graces is what I think. That might not be for everybody, but that is definitely something that is coming up for a lot of people right now, because people are starting to really feel like this corona is going to really keep things at a halt for a lot longer. Weird X energy coming around and working its way through the cracks and crevices of things. So really be mindful of that, my fire signs, and be mindful of the people that, I mean, I'm a shapeshifter. Yes, I can be different people to different things, and I can, be who people want me to be in certain places, and know that I'm not being all the way authentic with myself, but maybe it's because I am in a space where I'm not really like going to talk about magic. I try to talk about magic wherever I am, but I have to find my community of people that really can vibe with me in that way. So when I think about me as a shapeshifter, I think about me as like, I have many masks that I wear, and it's okay to wear a mask, but it's not okay to wear a mask when it deceives who you really are inside. It should be a piece of part of you. If it's not, or if it's like a facade to protect the ego behind it, and the darkness that creeps in, when you do let down your guard, then it's something that you need to kind of focus on and work out, and maybe even like the way that people kind of bring you this wishful thinking, or this cotton candy, or these sweet messages that really don't seem all the way real. Like maybe they're making you a little sick inside and sick to your stomach to hear, but those are things to be aware of from outside energies. Or it could be that somebody's just really magical and has a lot of stories to tell, and a lot of different layers of reality that they live in, and can see things from a wishful place. And wishful thinking is more about like seeing the inner child and letting that shine as well. So that could take a lot of different forms for a lot of different fire sign energy. So the next card is a support card for your desires. I love this question right here. So a support card for my desires of my okay, and I don't take these in reverse. They're flipped out in reverse just because the way I shuffle. This is 82, which is a 10 again, and this is smoke. So maybe it is about these like smoke and mirrors and the facade of things, and it says ignorance and mystery. So wanting to believe the mystery and believe in ignorance of things, as opposed to just looking at it straightforward. And I think about clouds of smoke, people smoking a lot of weed in order to stay in that ignorant way of thinking, and in order to stay in that ignorant mindset, versus like coming out of it and really seeing things for the way they are, taking off the rose-colored cotton candy glasses and seeing things exactly how they are, and being real with self and being real with others. And because this is a card to support your desires, maybe your desire is to cut out some of the smoke and the mirrors in your own life, so that you can see things and discern things a lot better in the future. So I like that card as being like, and then also smoke is about combining black and white, and having this like balance of both, because you want to come out of this stage of ignorance, and come into this age of like this element of mystery within yourself. You can embrace the gray, the in-between parts of who you are, and meld the things together that you need to meld together to create the perfect balance of who you actually are and how you represent yourself in the world. So I like that as being kind of a lot of embodiment of a lot of energies. So the last card is the work on which chakra right now. So which chakra do you need to work on right now, my fire signs? Which chakra do we need to work on? I'm not going to take all three, but I did get that sacral chakra pop out. But here's another sacral chakra card for us, and it's snuggle, natural touch. Oh my goodness, I love it. So snuggling with others. This is skin color, right? And this is one skin color, not everybody's, but this is just mainly like a light-skinned person. But this is also an 11 again. So we have two 11s on the board. We have two 3s on the board. We've got a lot of synchronicity. We've got some 10s on the board. So we've got a lot of like things happening around us right now, fire signs. But this sacral chakra, the lighter side of the sacral chakra, the lighter side of that that intimate energy of snuggling versus like full-blown getting it on, right? So just like embracing in a warm way with others that you feel comfortable with or is safe to do, or your pets, or any other animals that you may have, or hand holding with somebody. Be like, girl, like, I know we have to wear our masks right now, but can you just hold my hand? Can we just hold hands for a second and just feel each other's energy? Because I just need that in my life right now. I know my fire signs are so affectionate, and a lot of times all they just need is just somebody to hold for a second. And right now I'm holding all of you in my hearts because I understand that feeling, and I feel that on a regular basis. And also sometimes we just gotta hug ourselves and really just get in there. And a lot of things can happen when you start to hold yourself and feel how strong of a hold you have for yourself, and holding yourself really can uplift you as well. But yes, we do need that touch. We do need skin to skin contact right now, and I understand that. So that is your reading, fire signs. I hope you enjoyed it. All my information is linked in the description box below. I'd love to connect with you. I'd love to read your energy and read your cards. And I'd love to help heal you in any way that I can. I do card readings, oracle cards, tarot cards, just kind of like mix and match of things, different readings that I do for different people, for different things that they need in their life. But I'm here to support you, and I'm here to offer my love. So have a great new moon.